Beep-a-dee-beep-a-dee.
Now they can hear us.
How about now?
Yeah. All right.
What happened?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, well.
Technical difficulties. I appreciate that. Sorry about that. Welcome to Titan Talk.
Yeah, welcome. Hi. And we're talking about, we're going to do a not shop talk. We haven't done one in a little while. Who's making fun of us?
I'm making fun of me.
Oh, okay.
That's
fair.
funny.
Well, I'm glad you guys can hear us now. It wouldn't be a very good podcast if we didn't have any noise.
Thanks for telling us. And on real quick, we do listen to you. Thank you very much. They got in the comments, there's no audio. They never listen to us.
No, we do. We're talking about puppies. So somebody amongst the...
So we were saying we were going
Supervisor
to do a
team.
not shop talk, and we were probably going to talk about the Chiefs because it's his thing to do.
Yep.
But I mentioned that we had two
AFC Championship.
two Titan family members here at the office that have decided to get puppies recently, and it is making their life a miserable experience right now. And
Not a lot of
I
sleep.
giggle at it.
Not a lot of sleep at old McFarland Manor. Not doing too much sleeping. So.
He's got a new dog very similar to his old one.
Yeah, it's a pit bull. We think lab and maybe.
Are you guys gonna do a DNA test?
I don't know. Maybe she's a brindle pit bull lab and possibly boxer mix. She's kind of got that underbite. So, which I'm not a huge boxer fan because they're ornery, but you can. She's good.
I wonder who that reminds me of.
Her name is Sassy McSassy Pants, and she's getting big. But no, I was talking when we found out that we had no sound. I said puppy cuddles she's got huge paws, and she's got those droopy ears. And so late at night when it's just me and her, and Mama Bear goes off to bed, we sit on the couch. She's not supposed to be on the couch, so she sits on she sits like
Mama's
this.
not watching.
Yeah, she just kind of puts her head down, and it's like, ugh. It's worth all the no sleep and stress of having to take her out every hour. We're in the process of kennel training her, and so someone else, we won't say any names, but she got one as well that's a little older, like 6 or
It's 8 weeks.
months.
Months? Is it months?
Yeah. Yeah. Like 6 to 9 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And she's having similar issues where the dogs are wild animals, and it's a German Shepherd, so it's like having Will
Needs
Ferrell live at your house.
tons of training and tons of attention.
Yep, Shanae and I are pretty strict when it comes to that stuff, so we adhere to the schedule, whereas most people are like, nah, I'll take her out later. And it's like, nope, if she starts pottying in the house, she's going to think that's okay. So far we've been doing really good. So
Good.
other than that, the Chiefs, AFC Championship game, I'm super, super nervous. Burrow.
Who are they playing?
Cincinnati Bengals. We've lost our last 3 against them, including last year, I believe, in the AFC Championship game, if I recall correctly. The audience might be able to help me out. Burrow, I can't stand that. He's good, but he's their quarterback, and he's got like a punchable face. I don't know if I can say that, but I did.
It's too late now.
Because I mean it. He's kind of got our number. He plays really well against our defense, and our offense has been kind of. They're not bad. We're not that electric offense we are against pretty much any other team in the NFL. For whatever reason, they've got really good. They have a really good strategy against us, and so that's the beauty of football. Is there's just so much that goes into it, and I'm super, super excited. I hope Pat is good to go. He had a high ankle sprain last week. Was out for the rest of the first half. I think it happened like fairly early in the first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I may have had a few.
You guys are going to have to because I can't.
I may have had a few adult beverages, but no, I'm kidding. No, but I did.
I don't believe that I'm getting part.
No. So end of the first quarter or near middle, first half, he got hit weird, and it's a really unfortunate thing that happens quite a bit in the NFL. Quarterbacks have a lot of heavy defensive linemen diving at their feet, coming off a block and stuff. And the NFL just does their best to fix it by kind of enforcing penalties on late hits and stuff to the quarterback. And there was a really controversial one again earlier this year that our defense got because we I can't remember which quarterback it was, but I think it was Derek Carr. I think it was the Raiders. Our guy literally took the ball from him and tackled him. And they called roughing the passer, and roughing the passer is when the quarterback throws it and one Mississippi, two Mississippi goes by, and then they get hit because they're defenseless at that point. They're in the throwing motion and stuff. There has to be a gap there, and it was literally like simultaneous to him throwing the ball on us. So there was a big controversial issue with it, but they're doing that because of situations like on last weekend where Mahomes, the guy came from behind and like his ankle was behind him because he's throwing, and he fell into his ankle from behind, so it kind of bent it in. And
high ankle sprain is what I guess it's called.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a high ankle sprain, and he kind of, I don't know if he came right out or if he kind of hobbled on it for a few plays, and then they pulled him. He went in, got some X-rays, I think, maybe gave him a little stick of some juice. I don't know if they gave him some Novocaine or some numbing or gave him some steroids. Or
Diego says that he's already running on the ankle.
That's what I heard, yeah. But a week later, if he gets hit weird, it could resurface.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and he's got kind of chicken legs as it is.
Diego also says, can we take a second and appreciate Chad Henne for stepping up?
Absolutely. And I was going to get to that. I actually posted that on my Facebook. Those of you that are friends with me, I keep that. It's like the bat signal. I keep it.
I don't even think
private.
I don't use Facebook anyway, but I was like, I don't even think I am.
Yeah. But
I don't use it anyway.
After the game, I was like, way to come out 98 yards and just punch him right in the mouth. Because it's a 100-yard field.
Well, yeah.
We got the ball at the 2. Our backup quarterback, who hasn't left the bench, I think all year, came out, drove it 98 yards, and scored. So
That's
I
good.
was like, yeah, it's exactly what you want him to do. He's not a starter. I mean, he actually, and that was against Jacksonville. He was the starter for Jacksonville for a while. He came out and said, hold my beer, and just drove all the way down.
My time to shine.
Yeah, well, because he's just drinking beer over there because he got Pat Mahomes in front of him. And so he went down and drove 98
4 beers
yards.
in. Hold on. It's my turn.
Yeah. And so he was in for, I think, just one possession. And then we went to half, and Pat came back out and was a little lackluster. And I was a little upset. We needed him, but I'm like, playing for the future. But at the same time, it's do or die.
Billy said a little bit ago, we just need to keep our heads in the game and not get cocky.
Yeah. I mean, the guys I would say they're more confident. I don't really think they're cocky. At least from what I see, there's a really cool show called, I can't remember the name of it.
You'll think of it.
The Franchise. It's on YouTube, so you can go there straight from the platform you're watching us on.
Don't leave the podcast to watch it.
It's called The Franchise, and there's a couple different seasons. Well, if you watch this season, it's, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the show on HBO. It's called Hard Knocks. One of my favorite shows. It's like basically the deconstruction of
he did.
mini camp and what did I say?
He
Squared
said
away?
shit.
Oh yeah, shit. Don't care. 7 deadly words you can't say, and I haven't said any of those yet.
That's not one of them.
I've caught myself a few times. Where I'm
Let's see. Diego says he's seen it. Says it's great.
It's really good. Why's Pat? And so it kind of just gets you behind the scenes of how an organization operates, and it's really cool. And obviously, if you guys can't tell, I'm a huge football guy. I played my entire life.
Never would have guessed it. If any of you guys could guess, just let me know.
My little brother and I are thinking about trying to help assistant coach a team next year, like the little Pop Warner guys.
Elementary, middle school, high school.
Like little kids, yeah. And
I think
we'd be good at it. And it's just my passion. I just absolutely love it. And I just don't know if I'll be able to make enough time outside of work, but. And, that's obviously
I could see you yelling at the kids, what are you doing?
Yeah.
That's not how you pass a ball.
It's like when I do with the kids at range. I'm like, what is going on? We're going backwards. But anyway, the show.
Billy, you're going to start playing football this year? So we better go support when she starts playing this year.
I'll support you.
I will from a distance at home over the phone.
But anyway, so yeah, Hard Knocks is a really cool show. It's about mini camp, and so the franchise is basic. It's like exactly the same. I would almost bet money that the same people that make Hard Knocks make the franchise. That just happens to be about the Chiefs. So it's on YouTube. It's free, and they're like 30-minute episodes. They got one from a couple days ago on there. It's really cool, and so that's why that's in response to I think somebody said that they're cocky.
Yes.
They're just confident, and at least from the show, that's what I see. They know they're good. But they keep.
I think there's a difference between being cocky and being confident.
Yeah, there's a fine line.
There's a fine line, and sometimes it can come off as it. Let's see, QB for a women's team. Congratulations, that's awesome. Also, GM for a men's team. So you're playing on one team and managing another. I don't think I could do that. Actually, I know I couldn't do that. Let's get that right. Too broken for playing anymore. I'm just not a good player personally.
Of what?
Huh?
Player of what?
Football.
Oh.
I'm not a huge sports ball person. I stole that from somebody, and I'm absolutely going to use it forever. So, I believe it was Lavi who said that. Lavi, if you're watching, I'm going to use that for the rest of my life. Sports ball is now something I'm assimilating.
That's funny. Yeah. I used to play tackle football every weekend, like even up until high school while I was still playing like football at the high school level. And I remember looking back and I was like, man, I'm out of shape. And
But
so I could probably do it now, but I'd be sore for a week just because the passion's still there. But I played flag football in college. Got too many concussions in high school, so I couldn't play contact sports anymore.
so let's see.
This explains a lot.
Yeah.
Head injuries. But,
That explains a lot. So we got two. I'm looking this up just so everybody knows. I don't know this off the top of my head, but I decided to look it up. We have two. There's two NFL conference championships. One is the 49ers and the Eagles, and then the Bengals and the Chiefs. Obviously, you guys know the Chiefs ones. You probably already knew the Eagles and the 49ers. Again, that's more for me than it is you. However, what do you think about the 49ers and the Eagles? Let's go with that one because that's again not my specialty. So
I think they're both good teams. I want to play the Eagles instead of the 49ers. I think we could beat both teams. I'm just kind of an Eagles fan. So
who do you think is going to win between the 49ers and the Eagles? Because
if the 49ers get their shit together, they can, but the Eagles are nothing to be messed with. What's the records?
I say if I'm reading this correct, the 49ers are 15-4, and then the Eagles are 15-3.
Yeah.
Is that what that means?
Yep.
So that to me that's pretty even. Here's my question though, because this is what I don't understand. You have a record like this. You have 49ers who are 15-4, and then you have the Eagles who are 15-3. How are their games off like that? Wouldn't it be the same amount?
No. So I'm trying to think. The Eagles are
Teaching me football, folks.
Yeah. So that's probably the thing that I know the least about when it comes to football is like how the schedules work and stuff. But each team will have a bye week. I believe 2 bye weeks throughout the season. And the Eagles probably had a first round bye for the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So they were probably the number 1 seeds, which means that they would have one less game played because they had a week off at the beginning of the playoffs. I think that's right.
Let's see. Billy says she does KC Professional Men's as a manager and women's tackle football. So
Billy, yeah.
Let's see.
Billy's pretty sassy. I feel like she'd be good at football.
Diego says Eagles all the way.
I like the Eagles. I've always liked them. They're kind of like, obviously the Chiefs. I grew up liking the Broncos because I had a bunch of family from Denver and they brainwashed me. And so now you can't like both of them because they're rivals.
So that with me in football, I've never really done football, but my mom.
New Mexico, right?
Yeah, my mom.
Maybe Arizona Cardinals. It's probably the closest.
I did the Broncos, but I only did the Broncos because my mom was a Cowboys fan and I knew those two were rivals.
Yeah, they are. They're like kind of unofficial.
When they played, I used to hardcore root for them just to piss her off.
Yeah,
because she was always rooting for the Cowboys, and it was just a mom-son thing that I found entertaining for no other reason. Not watching football or anything, like nothing about it. My mom would be rooting for the Cowboys and the Broncos would be playing. I'd be like, yeah, go Broncos. And then when I moved here, it was kind of the same thing. Everybody was like, it's all Chiefs after the Broncos. And I was like, oh, really? Okay, well.
Yeah, because they're in our division. They're a rival. The Broncos haven't beat us in like 7 years. Like I think I said it before.
It's been a while,
It was like the iPhone 6 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Was like the latest when the last time they beat us.
I'm gonna mess this name up, but Diego says, could you imagine the KELCE brothers playing against
Kelsey brothers?
Kelsey brothers.
So Travis Kelsey's brother is the center for the Eagles. He's the guy that hikes the ball.
Okay.
Quarterback takes the ball.
Yeah.
So the big
dude
uglies,
in the middle.
The big uglies up front. Yeah. And the center's got. It's a pretty intelligence-driven position because they're reading the defense and stuff. So they're just big, and they stop people from getting to the quarterback.
Right.
So, that would be cool to see those
Where's
guys
his
play.
brother?
Travis Kelsey is our tight end.
Is ours?
Yeah.
Okay.
The big, tall, handsome guy that just probably going to be one of the best tight ends in the league. I actually met him. So we worked the parade, and I got to do kind of the VIP part where the team was and stuff. I got to meet the whole team. Patrick Mahomes was heavily intoxicated, but he's like 23 years old. Just won the Super Bowl. Yeah. I remember on Saturday night.
I was driving a friend around that night because she knew she was going to be intoxicated and she wouldn't drive herself. So I dropped her off at a bar with one of her friends, and then I picked her up to take her home.
That's nice of you.
And well, she paid me a hefty amount of money to do it, so I was okay.
I think
with
I know who this is.
No, you don't.
Then you've told me about this before.
Yes, I've told you about her, but no one here has ever met her. Super nice lady. Love her to death. She's fun as all hell to be around. And
Yeah, you definitely told me that story.
yeah. And so I showed up to pick her up, and it was the Super Bowl that they won. And it was I can't remember what was going on, but I texted her, said, hey, I'm in the parking lot. And she said, come in. And I was like, no, I'm not. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to sit here.
Sports ball people,
Yeah,
I
I was
hate
like,
you
I'm
and your
not gonna-
joy.
I don't hate. Let's get this right. It doesn't interest me. I don't find as much joy out of it. And so I'm sitting there, and she was like, come in. I was like, I'm fine. I'm fine. She goes, well, you need a drink. No, I'm driving.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. She came out with her friend, and like 4 other people, and they dragged me out of the car, locked my car, and dragged me into the bar to watch them win. And I was
nice.
like,
that was during the Super Bowl.
yes.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I thought you said the parade. Sorry.
No.
Got
And so
confused.
they dragged me into the bar to watch the Super Bowl, and I was
Yeah,
like,
no,
cool.
That's
this
a
is
watch at home kind of thing.
I was driving someone to and fro, so I didn't.
No. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like as a sports ball guy, like we're having a bunch of people over. Well, all family, but I've got a big family.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're having them all over Sunday. And I got some family in town. We're doing a taco bar. We're doing.
Look, I was
Rotel
off.
dip.
I was off duty. I don't want to hear it. And you're the security officer.
Taco bar, Rotel, buffalo wings, the whole 9 yards. I think my wife's making Jello shots. So
Of course.
yeah, and I got
course.
my big 75-inch TV we're gonna watch it on. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I got my spot.
Did you get that mounted?
No, I think I talked about this on the show.
Well, I know we did. We talked about it before, but I was wondering if
It
you
was
had mounted
too
it.
big for our TV stand, so Shanae got a new TV stand out of the deal. We went to TJ Maxx or Home Goods or TJ Maxx and bought a very nice TV. It's a nice TV. It's huge.
Diego, to answer your question, when it comes to those events for our wonderful captain here, he doesn't invite anybody. He invites his family, and then that is it. When it comes to football, he doesn't invite anybody over.
Nope.
Because he doesn't. The big thing is we're all extremely competitive. Even though I don't watch football, I would get very into it, rooting for the opposing team just to stir everybody up. And
That's so Coop of you. That's a very good point.
It really
Hey,
is.
You're self-aware. That's important.
Absolutely.
No,
But so he does it all straight family.
I'll do like my work family. I'll do party once a year. We'll do a pool party in my house, and then we'll probably in the next month or two we'll do everybody come over and we'll do sandwiches and stuff like we did last time. I think it was Quiznos. Everybody just comes over, hangs out. It's difficult to get. Because I mean, this is gonna sound,
You are family.
this is gonna sound,
We are family.
Yeah.
Where's our invite?
it's gonna sound conceited, but when you got all the heavy hitters in one spot, it's difficult to know that everything's running smoothly back
Yeah,
here.
that's
so
another big
we really
thing.
don't get together that often, just because there's a lot of decisions that need to be made, and if we're not there to make them,
We're all
or-
drinking.
Yeah, if we're impairing our ability to make decisions, it's like having all the pilots on the plane drunk. I mean, we could probably coast, but
When you got to land a plane,
yeah,
something's not-
somebody's got to land it. But no, I'm very. I mean, my work family knows. I don't really.
So let's see.
I don't like people, man.
I
just don't.
saw something. Ortiz said, "Did anybody watch the Cowboys and the Eagles game?" No. I can honestly say I didn't.
I don't think I did. I think I fell asleep. Was that the later game? Was that Diego or is that
Diego.
Ortiz?
That's Diego.
Her Blue Men lost.
That's right. She's a
Ortiz.
yeah.
Lieutenant Ortiz. Her team's the G Men or the Blue Men or whatever they call them. The Giants, and they did not advance to the next round.
I'm curious. So the Bengals are 14-4, and we're 15. And the Chiefs, I say we because I'm okay. Again,
You're still from Kansas City.
from Kansas City, so that's why I say we.
Yeah.
So we are 15-3.
Yeah.
So that seems like they're pretty good.
Yeah, no, the Bengals beat us this season. So one of those three is the Bengals. So that's that's what I'm nervous because
Let's see.
I like the fact that it's at home.
Uh-oh.
And if the Bills would have won, we would have had to play at a neutral site, and I didn't want to confuse you with that, but that's because that Hamlin guy that had the cardiac arrest on the field,
Yeah.
they never finished their game, and since it's
What
based
happened
on
to
winning,
him?
there's a conspiracy theory that there was like a body. I don't even want to go down that
Okay.
rabbit
All
hole.
right, never
but
mind
yeah.
then.
No, nobody. I mean, he's hopefully just getting better. So
Did he survive?
Yeah, he made it.
Okay.
He was talking to the teammates via Zoom or whatever, like within like 48 hours of the accident, I believe.
Okay.
But
So we played the Bengals before on December 4th,
they beat us.
and they beat us 27-24.
Yeah.
So
Close game. I mean, obviously, it's
That's not bad. I
no,
mean,
it's going to be another game like that, and that's why I'm nervous. Sometimes it comes down to clock management and who's got the ball last. And no matter how good you are, if you find yourself in a situation where you can't stop the offense because they have a potent offense, and we're being wedged in between time and a score, and it's like that. Just it's clock
tough.
management, game management. Yeah, it's all about the strategy. So, but no, it should be. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for this weekend just to rest. I'm getting old, and I'm not getting. I need to start working out to get my energy levels back up.
You do what Dad does. Run at 4 in the morning.
He's a serial killer. I'm not doing that. 4 o'clock in the morning. Him and
as long as there's no,
his
as long
old
as
dog.
it's not snowing. I'm sorry. As long as there's no sleet or ice.
Yeah, he
he
does
will
it every day.
run.
Yeah, he runs like a mile every morning with a sweet old Sully, his dog. And that guy loves it because then he just goes home and sleeps. And then he goes and, I don't know,
Let's
puts
see.
on a skin suit because he's a serial killer.
I don't think you can say that.
Leatherface or whatever.
Let's see. We need another common party. Not gonna lie, enjoyed the escape room. We need to do something like laser tag.
Whoa, weird. I said that in the all hands meeting. I go, we need to go to the Union Station because we service that place and they have the Survive KC or whatever, and it's 2 teams against each other. And I think that's what we should
For laser
do.
tag?
Yeah.
I think there's an.
It's like a zombie thing too, where they used to have actors.
I think we just need to get everybody together and go airsoft.
Not everybody has all that airsoft.
You don't
gear.
need it. They rent it.
I'm not gonna rent airsoft stuff.
The company would.
Well,
Let's see.
someone would get hurt. Laser tag is
You can still
harmless.
get hurt. No, it's not.
You're not getting hit by balls, little pellets.
They don't hurt.
Some guys get up underneath his eyeball or something. I just, you know our luck.
Let's see.
Lasers.
The only reason
contactless.
Cincinnati's record is weird is because of the Bills versus Cincinnati. Hold on, Bengals or Cincinnati?
Yes.
So I did see that they had a canceled game
Well,
between
but
them
also,
and the Bills.
yeah, but the Eagles have less games too than the San Francisco 49ers. So I think that person's probably right, but I think it has to do with the bye week. Everybody plays the same
Billy.
amount of regular season games.
So was that game they
upped it
played
to, like,
against
16?
The Bills? So was that game they played against the Bills? The last one, was that the makeup for the game that was canceled?
No, they didn't make it up. And so the way that was going to work, to my understanding, is if the Bills would have won, because it's home field advantage based on win percentage.
Okay.
They had less losses, even though we had more wins. So we had to find a neutral site. So Atlanta, the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, it's a badass stadium. It's got like a retractable roof and everything, and there's actually like a bar that's like field level, and you can like see the game. It's crazy.
Okay.
I've never been there. I saw the mock-ups when they made
Nope.
it. They built it like a handful of years ago. But anyway, so we would have to play at Atlanta at the neutral spot.
We're going to look like roses if we play airsoft.
Look like roses. What happened? Oh, with his scar. Yeah, poor guy. I pulled that out of his cheek.
That's hilarious.
Who said that?
Billy,
Oh man.
I'm going to tell him too. That's going to be great.
Hopefully he's having a baby soon. I bet his wife is ready to explode.
So they will be soon.
Yeah.
No,
Good.
confirmed.
Oh, good.
Confirmed.
Good. So where's that now?
Let's
No,
see.
his truck's still here. What the hell's he doing at work?
As well.
He came to work to play basketball.
No, he had some stuff he was doing earlier. Now he's just
I have a
waiting to leave.
basketball hoop in my office. And it's actually, no, I don't, because it got broken.
Who broke it?
You Neanderthals. It wasn't me.
I didn't do anything.
Yes, you guys broke my new basketball
I
goal.
shot 4 hoops.
You know who actually really liked that basketball goal? Ryan Smith, and he's gonna be upset. So I'll tell
Just
him.
go
who
get
did
a
it.
new one.
No,
It's Dave
I
and
won.
Buster's.
I won that at Dave and Buster's. Broke my stuff.
Yes, Billy Union Station has that. They also have an escape room. They've got a couple of other things too. That
I'm just
float.
not an escape room fan. I'm claustrophobic.
No,
I'll
you know-
just kick the door open and get it.
You're not
over
going to
with.
put me in a locked room.
And then I got to pay for a door because I panicked and just was like, "No, get me out of here! Get me out! I don't like small spaces."
Oh, we did laugh. We laughed when it happened too, and so did he. Funny enough.
Who? Roses?
Roses. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He called me.
I'm not a candy ass.
He called me. And he goes. They tried to kick me off range. I was like, well, you
He was
got
bleeding
I
all
said,
over the
"You
place."
got- said you got a ricochet, of course. And he goes, I'm no candy ass. And I was like, you can't say that.
No. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The weather's super nice out.
Fat Joe's performing this weekend.
Fat Joe, I didn't know he was still like a thing.
What
I think Rihanna's doing the halftime
who the
show.
hell's Fat Joe?
Fat Joe, he's a rapper, or R&B or hip hop.
Really?
He's a hip hop guy. Fat Joe, come on! I don't even listen to that genre. I listen to a little bit of everything. I went from Tupac to the Eagles yesterday, or the day before, and then Leon took away my music privileges. So that was very.
Oh, that's his name?
Yeah, he's got. I think he's,
Okay.
he's a bald Hispanic
No, I know
guy.
who he is. Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
I know who he is. I didn't know his name was Fat Joe. Okay.
What else would his name be?
I don't
He
know.
looks like a Fat Joe. That's mean.
Yeah, I know who he is now that I saw his photo.
Rihanna's doing the halftime show. Chris Stapleton's doing the national anthem for the Super Bowl. That's going to be badass.
You know, it's funny we're talking about
I'm a huge fan of the national anthem
we got
and American flag.
Diego's over here talking about if you like escape rooms. There's
No, I
a
don't.
horror themed one called The Basement.
That might be kind of fun.
Now I've heard there's one out there I've heard of, and you have to sign all kinds of waivers because it's like a torture room almost.
Yeah,
they
no
put you
thanks.
through your paces, like truly through your paces,
No.
and I'm like, nah, I'm like
That's where like
that's
the
a good
fight
way
or
to
flight response
yeah,
comes
that's
in.
a good
I
one
get
where
in
I'm
a
gonna hurt.
lawsuit.
Yeah, where I'm gonna
'Cause I don't even mean
punch
to.
somebody.
Yep, I'll snap. But yeah, the weather's nice. But no,
So is the game here?
yes.
Okay.
That's the only thing that's got me a little more optimistic because, like I said, if the Bills would have won
Mm-hmm.
against the Bengals, then we'd play the Bills in Atlanta, and you got to travel, and it kind of takes you out of your groove. I like the fact we're at home. We have the best home field advantage crowds on
Game-
the planet.
Game's Sunday, right?
Correct. I think it's 5:30. Yeah, it's supposed to be like kind of possible snow, but really
22
cold.
degrees.
25, 22. Yeah,
Good lord.
it's gone down since then.
53 degrees on Saturday, 22
thing is,
degrees
since-
on Sunday. Monday is going to be cold, and it's supposed to snow both days.
Yep, Cincinnati plays in the same climate, so we'll both be fine. We do
Yeah, so
well.
it's not
Yeah.
going to give us any really.
If
true
we were playing
advantage.
like, the Dolphins or something, they're not used to playing in the cold. But like, you go up to Lambeau and it's like -5 degrees.
Oh.
And Brett Favre thrived in that environment, so we don't have much other than the fact that it's so deafeningly loud that that'll disrupt their offense a little bit.
There you go, Diego. That's the one. MK Manor is the escape room I was talking about. The
Isn't that
kinda like-
that's not even an escape room
It's
though?
like a torture room.
Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
last like a certain amount of time, and you get the
no?
prize.
It's
and
how
nobody-
long you can last.
Yeah, and nobody's ever made it like over an hour.
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen that.
But
That guy's a psychopath.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
They like.
But that's what
They-
it makes me think
people
of.
sign up to do that, and then they get picked up. Like if some van comes up, they throw a bag over your head. I
That wouldn't
watched a
surprise me.
documentary on it. It's on Prime,
Is it?
Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's like a 1 hour special about MK Manor, and it's just. I mean, they put people in like little
Oh, yeah,
mini
no.
fridges.
Oh,
and,
yeah, it's bad.
Like spit on them, and they do all kind.
That
No,
when people say escape rooms, that's what I think of. Like
no one's ever made it out of that.
Well, I mean, they make it out, but
I mean, like
they don't last.
because I think there's like a prize at the end, and all they ask that you do is donate dog food because they keep a bunch of dogs. Yeah, the dude's sick in the head.
oh yeah, there's something wrong with that. For
Yeah,
sure.
and people that go and willingly let him do the sick
oh, they
things
shut it
to
down.
him.
They shut it down.
I
wouldn't surprise me.
yeah. That dude's a nut job. But
Let's see.
anyway,
Billy's got to work the game on Sunday.
cool. Well, you got a good. Billy? Do you get to like? I mean, obviously the TVs and stuff, but like,
Do you ever get to watch?
Yeah, I mean, does it feel like you actually get to pay attention, or I mean, because I feel like the influx of customers and hot dogs and all that stuff. Or I don't even know what she does out there, but if you work like the concessions or stuff like that, I feel like that's at the end of the quarters and at halftime. So I guess majority of like the actual game time is probably pretty slow. I don't know. Just curious how that process works, Billy. The other thing that's really cool about this time of year, I'm not a big gambler, you know that.
Yeah.
I'm not against it. I'll play poker and stuff with my buddies, but since betting is legal in Kansas now, we take, and I'm 6 minutes from the border, so I take a little trip. My brother is like addicted to this. It's bad because you sign up and they give you free money.
Yeah.
And he's like, I've never gone into my bank account and deposited money, and I've never taken any money out. It's just fun to do. They do like parlays and stuff to where like you bet like this team's gonna win and this team's gonna score this many points and stuff. The cool part about the Super Bowl, and since this is the first one with legal betting nearby, there's bets on how long the national anthem is.
Are you
There's bets
serious?
on there's
Oh,
bets on
man,
if they have a kick return for a touchdown off the kickoff, and the odds are insane. And so like if you hit on one of those, you could win a lot of money. My brother-in-law was like 20 yards. He had like some guy had to get a certain amount of yards. Some guy had to score a certain amount of times. This team had to have combined points total. He had all 4 met except for the 5th one. He was like 20 yards short, and it was a $25 bet, and he could have won $1,500 and some change.
Jesus.
Yeah, and it was really close, but he didn't. So
Let's
it's
see.
unfortunate.
Diego says they shut it down because a guy had a heart attack. Billy says she's on the field doing security. I can see the TV.
Oh, that's
in a
badass.
suite from her spot, 50-yard line, right behind the visiting bench. But she mostly watches the fans.
Well, yeah, it's your job.
Yeah.
Because Billy
Well, that
does-
would be the expectation.
Billy does a good job, yeah.
And she's not going to rat herself out.
Good point.
I wouldn't
Good
either.
point. I don't watch any of the game. There's a football game going on behind me? What are you
I
talking
never
about?
would have known that.
Yeah, so.
But
Well-
I say other than that, I think that's all I had. Thanks for the lesson in football. I'm going to forget it, but thank you.
Yeah, no. I mean, it didn't really teach you much. It's
Thanks
just
for nobody making fun of me.
sports ball.
Sports ball. So we're going to call it, guys. We appreciate it so much. Everything you guys do in the field allows us to do cool stuff like this.
Yep.
I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it every podcast because I like getting the videos from you guys. If you guys have videos you want us to react to, work to break down or anything like that, make sure to send them to me. Let me know. If you guys have anything that you think you want to see that's that we haven't done on the podcast, anything you think is interesting, send it to me as well. We'll take a look into that. But other than that, it's going to be chilly the weekend, so stay warm. Billy, especially you, since you're going to be out on the field. And we appreciate everything you guys do. Stay safe out there, and we will see you guys next time.
Take care, guys.